For this self-initiated project, my focus was on color and its emotional, historical, and material significance. Color has long been used as a tool for expression, control, and perception, influencing everything from art and design to psychology, branding, and even social behavior. The connection between color and emotion is well documented, with studies showing how certain hues can evoke moods, trigger memories, or shape responses on both a conscious and subconscious level. This relationship has been explored by artists and designers alike, with some using color as a method of storytelling, while others use it to provoke discomfort or challenge perception. In a previous project, I examined how cognitive decline affects an artist's use of color, revealing how perception and memory impact artistic choices. Similarly, the short documentary I Needed Color by Jim Carrey discusses the act of painting as a form of emotional processing, where color becomes a direct response to personal experience. This idea resonates when looking at historical pigments, not only in terms of their physical origins, but also the social and cultural values attached to them. From this, I have learned that in my own practice, I need to analyze what emotional meanings color may hold. I've become more mindful that the use of color in my projects is carefully considered and deliberate. Ancient pigments like lapis lazuli, Tyrian purple, and vermilion were once reserved for the wealthy or sacred, their rarity dictating their symbolic power. The exclusivity of certain colors meant they were often controlled by institutions, whether through royal decrees, religious traditions, or economic restrictions. With this information, I now understand that if a project requires associations with ideals such as wealth, power, or humility, I can begin my practice with colors that reflect these qualities. With the rise of synthetic pigments and digital reproduction, color became widespread, but the way it is perceived and assigned meaning still follows historical patterns. Pantone 448C, for example, has been labeled the ugliest color and is used in cigarette packaging as a deterrent, highlighting how color psychology continues to shape consumer behavior. This has made me think about how color can be used not only to attract attention, but also to repel or evoke negative responses, which is something I now consider in my design process. In examining the relationship between color and emotion, I explored the theories of Joseph Albers, particularly his book Interaction of Color, published in 1963. Albers drew attention to the importance of the context within which color is placed, his experiments proving that color shifts characteristics depending on the contextual colors profoundly resonated with my understanding of the way colors work together in design. It was crucial when combining different color spaces, RGB for screen work and CMYK for printing. Alba's work made me remember that colors are not solitary, but engaged in a conversation with the surroundings. Reflecting on this project, my research highlighted how color is not just a visual component, but a complex system shaped by history, psychology, and materiality. While my initial studies focused on emotional responses to color, the project then developed into a broader investigation of how color functions within design and practice, influencing communication and interpretation. In my own practice, I mainly work digitally, looking at color through a screen, and when designing work for print or web, understanding color is vitally important. My research into color spaces and perception has made me reconsider my workflow. Working in RGB allows for vibrancy on screen, but colors shift unpredictably in print due to CMYK limitations. Having previously researched the fundamentals of grids and structuring design to improve the quality of the final outcome, I now recognize that color theory and the contextual, historical background of color will allow my practice to be more expressive, confident, and contextualized. Moving forward, I believe there is potential to explore this further, particularly in relation to interactive and experimental formats, where color can be used as a dynamic rather than static element in design.